Welcome back. You know, there's an old legal principle that says a good attorney never asks a question they don't already know the answer to. They don't want to have a curveball thrown at them in the middle of a trial that could hurt their whole case. Good advice. You know, asking questions is really a good skill. And I think as Christians, we need to be better at it. And in this lesson, Paul asked the Galatians some very pointed questions because he's deeply concerned about them. Listen to what Paul says here in verses 8 to 11. Formerly, when you did not know God, you were slaves to those who by nature are not gods. But now that you know God, or rather are known by God, how is it that you are turning back to those weak and miserable forces? Do you wish to be enslaved by them all over again? Are you observing special days and months and seasons and years? I fear for you that somehow I wasted my efforts on you. Paul reminds them, you used to be slaves to false gods, to things that aren't really gods at all. But now you know God, or more accurately, He knows you, and you've been set free. So why are you turning back? Why would you want to be enslaved all over again? You're observing special days, months, seasons, and all that stuff, and following all the Jewish calendar and festivals and rituals, as if that's what saves you. And he says, I fear for you. I'm afraid I've wasted my efforts on you. You know, tough language from someone who loves them deeply. He reminds them of their relationship in verses 12 to 16. When he first came to them, he was sick, possibly an eye illness, we think. Despite this trial, they welcomed him warmly. They treated him like an angel of God, like Christ Jesus himself. They would have given him their own eyes if necessary, if they could. But now, things have changed, and Paul asks, where's your blessing of me now? Have I become your enemy just by telling you the truth? You know, sometimes when we speak truth, people turn against us, but truth-telling is an act of love, not enmity. Paul warns them about the Judaizers too, those false teachers who are zealous to win them over. But their motives are good. They want to alienate the Galatians from Paul so they can control them. Paul says, you know, it's good to be zealous, but only if the purpose is good. And that zeal should be consistent, not just when certain people are around. Look at verses 19 and 20. Paul calls them, my dear children. He's in anguish over them, like parents over their child. He won't rest until Christ is fully formed in them, until they mature in their faith. He wishes he could be there in person so he could change his tone and be kinder. He's perplexed, though, about them. He doesn't understand why they're turning away from the truth. You know, this passage raises some important questions for us, too. Number one, are you turning back? Have you been set free by Christ only to go back to old patterns, old rules, old ways of trying to earn God's approval? Don't go back to old rituals. Number two, do you welcome truth tellers? When someone speaks the truth to you in love, do you receive it that way? Or do you treat them as an enemy? Truth telling is a sign of love. Three, are you influenced by false teachers? Be discerning about who you listen to. Are they drawing you closer to Christ or away from Him? Are their motives pure? And number four, is Christ being formed in you? Are you growing in your maturity? Is your faith deepening? Is Christ becoming more evident in your life? My friends, we should let Christ be fully formed in us every day, in every way, in everything we do and say. See you next time.